Raimondi Park right here in West Oakland for the Team USA Watch Party. Oakland, how many of you can make some noise? Let's go! Alright, I'm Casey Pratt. I'm here at the Oakland Sports Group. We're putting on this amazing event, and we're doing it in support with the City of Oakland and Mayor Barton Lee, who's here in the house. Let's make some noise for Mayor Lee, everybody! I'm here tonight over her. She's going to give her greeting, and then we'll get back to the song.
Raimondi is a baseball park in Oakland. Raimondi Park is Oakland. In 1957, the park was named after World War II hero and local ballpark Raimondi. That decade, it was home to some of the first integrated baseball games in America. Long before dedicated pitchers, David Gibson, Frank Robinson, Kurt Flood perfected their swings with Raimondi. For years, it was the best kept secret in baseball. Raimondi produced more stars than any park in the country. There's no Raimondi Park that's overlooked. Like Philip, Raimondi is resilient. Even when the battles are rushing in the mirror, and the park's best days are still ahead. So come on, write the next chapter of baseball welcome along with us. The Oakland Bars are proud to call Raimondi Park the historic mascot of West Oakland, our home field. Join us. Let's show the world how we do it in the town.
The bank, the town is tight, but it sees the glory celebration. Once, it's 11 legends. Once it's 30 years, it's in our legacy. The future is sports in Oakland, and will always be the people. Kid on the court, the Warriors Academy, ready to make a splash. The young people on the pitch points to make their community proud. The team turns its back. We turn our own fans back. When MLB left, we stole baseball back. Wow, Raimondi Park. We have the root and the strong, both on and off the pitch. We are ready for the rise of the backfield. We have the Oakland Arena, Oakland Coliseum, the Roots training facility, and of course right up under the Dutch Dynasty. We have the culture, we have the history, and the future. This town, man, and it's amazing, because it's always been for the people, by the people.
choices, but sometimes the best seat isn't even a seat at all. It can be anywhere, at any time, not with just any one. It's the only seat where you can watch your neighbor Raimondi cry for the very first time. Where your passion is amplified by the sound of your beat. It's a seat that ain't big, not down. And all of us are basic for football can. But no, there's some basic for football.
A hospital without people could never heal anyone. A prescription alone doesn't mend a broken spirit, nor will a shot hold a trembling hand. Medicine alone doesn't heal people. People heal people.
This is what it takes apparently. A football player. An American football player. It's not in the world's game. A friendly face. An easy handoff. A few buzzwords. To guide you all through this forward game called football. Soccer. Because somebody in the boardroom figured that's what the American audience needs. Because the game belongs to the best logo and worst objection. Because it's just 1994 all over again. But we know better. Stadiums, built up exercise, learn the chants, earned every strike. We believed.
Coaches on me.
I want to create a legacy. People can say, this guy changed American soccer.
Okay, here's the deal. This game is starting off the rain. Who we play? Hey!
This local crew, they haven't lost since 1996. They beat every winning show. The guys who play in teams, we always hit. Honestly, respect. The Tigers are the trash talkers. And you won't anytime. So we're taking down. This doesn't seem right. It's 100% true. Mostly.
Bank's the best Western. I'll be the best seat in the house.
FIFA World Cup 2026 on Fox is presented by Blaze.
And now it is finally here in the Captivates of Los Angeles, a military flyover, moments away from the opening kickoff of the
Over a closed roof, yeah.
World Cup as the United States takes on Paraguay. Hello, everyone, welcome alongside Stuart and soon to join the field. I'm Kenny Taft, I'm John Strong. Almost surreal to think about we're this close to kickoff now, and the preparation that has gone on for years and months. And that was the big question coming in. Would the U.S. be fully healthy? And yes, they are.
They are, and that is Chris Richards in the back. He gets the start, some question marks. And that is a good injury. That is a big one for the United States. He starts alongside Team Reed. The other decision the U.S. are going to have is who's going to start in the goalkeeper position. Who's it going to be, Matt Freese or Matt Turner? Matt Freese getting the nod in his World Cup debut. 5 new starters for the U.S. making their debut in World Cup. The other 5 playing in 2022. Huge opportunity for them. On the other side, for Paraguay, a lot of experience in this team. Again, this entire lineup making their World Cup debuts. There's a lot of question marks about Julio and Cecil. And Cecil went off with a little bit of an injury against Nicaragua. Was he going to start? Was he not? Was he even available? Well, he starts, and that is a big one for Paraguay. Miguel Almiron, you recognize him from Atlanta United and MLS. And then up front, Sanabria, he will play as that point person. Big battle with him and Chris Richards, something to look for. And Cecil and Almiron, the two key players for Paraguay.
We were in Russia years ago, before that World Cup began, when voting rights were awarded to the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. But the idea of bringing the men's World Cup back to the United States, well, that started the minute the 1994 World Cup ended. A smashing success, both on and off the field. And so if you think about it, that difference, what we are about to see is a moment 32 years in making. The men of the United States on home soil in front of 70,000 fans in Los Angeles at the FIFA
First and foremost, this game is going to be about
possession. Paraguay have no interest. They're going to back up. They play a very tight block, 4-4-2. They don't want to concede the middle of the field. They want to force the U.S. wide. The U.S. have to make sure that when they have the ball, they take care of the transition moments, but they will have chances. Space, you can drift in that number 10 position. That time you find space wide, flicks it off the ball again, and just couldn't quite get enough power on the strike. But that's a good early sign. Getting McKinney feet up, facing the field. There is again.
Serginho Dest. And now he was in fact on the foul. So that's the single side technology. That is electronically basically ruled that yes, indeed, there was an offside there for Essos Dredsen. Dutch referee didn't mark the goal to play again.
Yeah, pretty clearly there, just a step offside. Good early link up there so far. And Weston McKinney's a player. The studio highlighted. We've been talking so much about when he played deeper, when he played wide, when he plays the 10. We've seen his club soccer over in Juventus in Italy. And when he's a little bit free, he can find the game. He can be very dangerous with his energy.
Very comfortable day. It was quite muggy in the stadium earlier. It's a translucent roof. It basically turns into kind of a greenhouse when the sun is overhead. But the word from Jimmy Tapp downstairs is that since we came up from the field, the sun fully set behind us. It's very comfortable. You see Gustavo Alfaro took over as coach of this team about the same time Mauricio Pochettino took over for the United States. And they've thrown their way into this first World Cup generation. Tim Reed becoming the oldest man ever to play at the World Cup for the United States, captaining the team at the age of 38. Chris Richards beside me, an Alabama native who missed the last World Cup with an injury and was able to be back in practice a week after not playing a game for about a month with an ankle injury.
So interesting setup. You see that bottom right of your screen, Weston McKinney, he's drifting out wide right. And then that just makes Serginho Dest come inside, find the game. I think we're going to see a lot of that from McKinney, trying to be elusive for the midfield team, Kubas and Bobadilla for Paraguay, to try to free him up, get him facing the field, and then, more importantly, attracting some defenders. That's the conversation right now with Alfaro, and then Miguel on the road right in front of him, saying, look, wait, McKinney's going to drift out, you've got to organize a little bit. So they're very aware early on, we're trying to make sure they get the rest of McKinney on the wraps.
Anthony Robinson thought about jumping for that and said backs off at the last second on Caceres. Caceres trying to really good seesaw, coming in off an injury a week ago, crossing, Richards is there on top. Last out of Caceres for U.S.
Good clearance, but that's the danger man, and that's what they're looking for. Really, their offense at times is a two-man game. And Tyler Adams is the man that's tasked with trying to track him. And he was with him until that speed from Enciso gets down the line and gets the cross. He's looking for a strike partner in Sinagra, but another good clearance at that near post from Chris Richards.
Might have been the first time all game Christian Pulisic has touched the ball, and it was very brief. So lobs it forward, Reed threw his body in there just in time in front of Sinagra. Look at the U.S. goal transition. Drives from Madison, cuts side. Here's Christian Pulisic on the goal now. Draws another team. Splash it off.
to see is this team keep the foot on the gas. It's a really solid start. We've seen a couple of moments in transition. This is a great running team that is not coming down to 9 minutes. Over the US, this is a good game. I think they're going to keep moving one way. They've controlled it with the ball. They're flipping good opportunities to transition forward. So this has been the start of this crowd, this team, and really some vegetation.
DJ!
Tackles to create things, to make passes, make things happen. So now all of a sudden you've got Pulisic, Tildo, McKinney. So Jimmy just all guys that can beat players 1v1, which makes this US team very dangerous in the attacking third.
I think maybe he's on the way. He's realistic. Secretary of State of the Leadership. And the team is in Los Angeles. So he sends It's two Paraguay defenders on yellow. Slaughter knocks it down. Cecil back it off and also first on the deck. That freeze as well.
He felt like he took a touch as he got that shot. Ended up winning the second ball, trying to get Tyler Adams off balance. He does create just a little bit of space. But pretty clear he dragged that ball again. At least on that first, it didn't look like it took any touch off the US. Overton actually, slightest little nick off Tyler Adams' right foot.
Some pressure there. There's good pressure from David Gomez. Paraguay with the throw off the field. First corner of the game for the U.S. Kenny brings it down. Robinson gets it. And now concerned as Richards is down. Alvarez is down. And the medical staffs are going to run out here from the respective benches.
Yeah, good recycling of this ball. Comes at the back post, ends up being cleared away by Golden. U.S. on the second ball with McKinney. And now you're recycling at the back post. Can you find space? Richards loves to back up to give himself an opportunity to attack it. He did. But that's a brave hitter from Alvarez. Ends up drawing the foul by getting in front of Chris Richards, who was trying to dunk that one at the back post. And this is something to look for. Some of these pieces, these corners, these free kicks from the U.S. They've been working a lot on this in practice, sometimes going short, just trying to find ways to free up these guys at the back post.
Yet a full hydration break with an opportunity for an informal one and players to come across. Alvarez is up on his feet. Chris Richards is still down on the ground. Thomas Richards out of your picture is being helped up to a seated position. Jenny, it's a chance for you to finish your thought from a moment ago. Go ahead.
Just very interesting in terms of the body language from Mauricio Pochettino. I mentioned it with Tyler Adams. He was just talking to his captain, Tim They're obviously positive, but Mauricio all week has been telling me the importance of managing the mental energy of the pressure of this World Cup. He's very calm and he's trying to make sure his players are feeling the same at this moment, guys.
And that early goal, Jenny, really helps this team with some of that. How this team is going to start, how are they going to handle the pressure? Some of these players have been waiting for this moment their entire lives. Safe to say they passed the early test, but one of the big things in talking to Tyler Adams.
U.S. is defending a man light right now because Richards is on the side. That's why Freeman slid across there to head that ball away.
We talked to Tyler Adams in practice this week. One of the things he said, look, we went up against Rose in the first half. Let that game slip. versus tying or losing. He feels this team is more mature. We'll see how they handle and manage this game as it goes on.
So it's 10v10. Both Alderete Matrix have not yet been allowed back on. Juan Jose Casares is a long throw specialist. Here it comes again. Tillman heading away, Barrigan knocks it down. Couldn't connect with Anthony Robinson. And looks flipping past the ball. Taking Casares. Stepped backwards by Reed. Tillman slows away from Diego Gomez. That's a US free kick.
I don't think it was mutual. He's doing a good job using his strength just to shield Casares, who's on the yellow card. Gomez is using on the yellow card, so without resolution, it was so that was received.
That looks like that was an error that we saw all over the feed broadcast. It is not used up with Gomez will show the yellow, just Casares. We've got Richards back out, Alderete back out, full strength for 20 minutes more.
Another variation of the U.S. build-ups. Anthony Robinson's pushed right on the left. Marissa coming inside, dropped him in the back position. Now he's free. I think Paraguay designed for Pochettino to free up his key players, keep them out to play. Tillman sees U.S. have good position, got good cover defensively, so now he just drifts up. So he's got license to play from into the back line. That makes Paraguay draw. You've got Tyler, Adams, and Weston McKinney firing up the play, trying to get on that ball. Lovely little flip. Just the inventiveness, the freedom in which some of these players are playing in this stretch. With a 26-man squad, 5 different substitutions. See how, again, Mauricio Pochettino in his first World Cup as a coach. And there's these moments.
There's Pulisic, Casares on the eye. Turns out down a bit there. Tillman.
That's good defending by Alonso because he's tucked in tight to his center backs, not allowing that lane to develop there for McKinney to run onto. The little combination has been really good. Tillman getting turn, half turn, finding Balogun playing as a point striker. Something we saw with Raul Jimenez in Mexico yesterday. He's just, look, the striker, he never scored goals, but the Bayern striker at times is asked to do so much more, back to goal, laying it off, still being available in the box, but also in the build-up. And Balogun's done a good job of that so far.
It's well done a moment ago as Richards could get the ball out of the air, Reed and Freeman to go clean that play out there. Paraguay to get any sort of attacking position. Appropriately with Anthony Robinson on the ball there as George Lucas is speaking. We're going to be team champions. Some of them will. And showing us who's a little bit. The lead was to the fact that Anthony's nickname was Jack and sat about the dugout. But would be impressive here. Here's Pulisic now with Casares. Overhits the cross. We're in the end of the first quarter of this game. Such as it is. This hydration hydration break is powered by Powerade. It comes midway through the first half with the United States enjoying a 1-0 lead over Paraguay, courtesy of the ball 7 minutes in here in Los Angeles.
I believe we can do this one.
It's because the family no longer exists today. Because for 90 minutes, we are the soldiers. Just fluid and fast, unspeakably silent language.
Car crashes injure over 1 million of us every year. Because we're human. For over a decade, wins been building a driving that's safer. Statistically, 10 times safer in the cities we serve. Not because humans aren't human, but because they're everything.
It's our best day of the season. So switch to Verizon now. Get 4 new phones for $0. Plus, 4 lines for just $25 per line. Yep, that's right. Get 4 phones for $0. Plus 4 lines for just $25 per line. Don't wait. Offer ends June 17th. Only at Verizon.
Structured format with these hydration breaks is now coaches have an opportunity to tweak tactics. And you've seen some of the coaches use it, change formations, change personnel, elevate their players. I think the challenge for the U.S. is this is something Terry and Reina are talking about in the group around in these games. Is that sometimes when a team is on top, this hydration break gives them the other team just a chance to come back on. So while the U.S. their challenge is first tackle, get right back into this game, pick up power and reassert their dominance in the game.
Thankfully, we're not to call the game. So here's the important thing. We saw the U.S. at World Cup warm-up games kind of struggle and lost their edge coming out of the hydration break. How do they keep that from happening? As we can't even talk, let's go find Alexis and Lucy. This is really good now. Need for time out for the first touch.
start to flare up a little bit the way it did back in November. These two teams met up friendly with us and ended up winning that 2-1. Freeman was a player that was involved in that scuffle, I suppose we could call it. It was a bench version of a fight, yes, that's great. That was something else, was that even in that moment, it was a good sign for this team that they were together in battle.
Robinson couldn't let that off for Gomez. It was Alex Freeman who saw Gomez right at the end of the game, and they ended up basically wrestling for a ball that was out of play, and it sparked the benches clear when Omar Alderete was on the field today. He wasn't even in that game. And he started lifting up Freeman, Ethan Francis, and he was showing red card on the bench essentially. That was how the last meeting between these teams ended. And they're going for a 2-1 this week. You can be sure it will be a theme during Australia and Turkey when they are a field that they can physically intimidate this U.S. team. They're going to attempt to do so. Two teams who, in the case of Brazil, in history, in the case of Morocco, or recent forward in the last couple of years, expect and hope to be in New Jersey for the Injury, McKinney, the dead stamped on the
that brings his defender Alonso. McKinney sees the space. He runs beyond the back line. And now, again, just head up, first time ball in the box, looking for Tilly. The shot comes out with a deflection and a U.S. corner. Something I mentioned before, just like front. Sometimes they play it short and looking to top of the box for Anthony Robinson. Scored that wonder goal against Germany. But set pieces are clearly an area the U.S. feels it can try to find an advantage. Stacking at the back post right now.
I think Tilly was shaking up a couple minutes ago just before the hydration. It looks to be fine. Swings his corner. Richard!
Richards attacks the ball so well in those situations.
Richards not letting somebody get near the ball. Diaz takes it. Appreciate it. Heard the move from the fancier side. Test. There's pressure that comes with it. You don't want to let the country down. You don't want your family down. You don't want to mess up this opportunity that you're trying so hard, the coaching staff, to remind these players, just do what you're always doing. Remember who you were as a kid when you fell in love with the sport. Go and do that Friday night. That's what we're seeing through the United States.
running, and just that's confidence. That's just pure confidence and trust in his ability.
There's no question for all these guys. What sort of confidence will they have coming in? What sort of momentum will they have coming in? As a team, it looked like they would be awesome for momentum in March. Christian Wilson, more than anyone else, it seemed like didn't have much confidence this spring. He was really like the drought because he really said one of the things he said that was actually kind of a pleasure to do this spring. It's just that all he wants to focus on is goals. And you can see some of that. It's a great tackle.
Feels like freestyle in moments in these transitions when the U.S. picked up the ball. And the biggest compliment I can give them is the fact that every time they pick up open space, this crowd comes to its feet, they expect something. Step overs, runs off the ball, one twos. It's really fun, it's unpredictable. And it's the best this attack has looked in a long, long time.
Just trying to pass his hands out to Anthony Robinson. So that Robinson running through the other way, and he's in trouble. Just gonna look out there both ways. Adams gets that man with the pass. Richards quickly on speed.
Chris Richards had to attack that ball, knowing they have to get something on the attacking player to make sure he stopped that counterattack. And did so even without picking up a yellow card.
But that was very intense, as you said, for Chris Richards. He saw it, he made a 20-yard sprint.
And had Almiron evaded him, he would have pulled his shirt or given up the foul. That's experience.
For Salter, Reed gets it away. Robinson gets clipped backwards, Reed slips it from his knees, heads into Chris Richards, and returns the ball.
Just how they're doing it. But that is not the first player to have fallen on this field. We've seen the playing surface is immaculate. Maybe too the fact that we've seen a couple of players falling and losing their footing, a couple from Paraguay, 5 added minutes.
Again, we'll have a lot of stoppage time in these games because you're taking a 3-minute break. So the starting point is 3 added minutes at the end of each half. James Corden, the after-hours crew on Fox Live, their nightly recap of World Cup action. Kylian Mbappe will be the special guest tonight. That's on Fox at midnight local time. Robinson, too far from Allen. Anthony Robinson, a guy that had a year and a half of injury nightmare at one point in the fall. He and the coaching staff weren't sure he'd be at this World Cup. He's flying around. Dest had 2 years worth of injury issues. He's flying around. Pulisic sure seemed to all of us like he was struggling at AC Milan as much as he didn't think so. He's been flying around. It's a great sliding play there to win that ball in the middle. There's Diego Gomez. And that'll be a Paraguay throw. 1 minute gone to 5. It will be, in fact, a free kick, actually.
Yeah, I think because it's a free kick, they're going to use this as a chance to put the first pressure for a long time on the U.S. goal, potentially. So, might not seem like a big moment, but this is now everybody up for Paraguay, the powerful center backs, and Freeze going to be his first real involvement in the game for a lot of these boys. Floating up towards that back post.
You can hear it singers down in the far to give him specific instruction. Realize the once more. Freeman once more. McKinney. That was knocked away. Also a good interception there. Richards was the header. Adams was helping. Dix trying to control the chest. Couldn't get through the traffic of Pumas there. McKinney almost got to the Adams at those flat once again. The fans appreciate it.
That's effort, that's commitment, that's desire. As you said, appreciated by the fans. Right below is Mr. Pochettino.
George Washington's of America could be granting a Jeep Wrangler. That's right, American people actually legally named George Washington could receive a 2026 Jeep Wrangler, fully loaded with freedom and the tears of all parts. Turn that volume up, we're not messing around. We're actually doing this. Look how American this office is. We brought an eagle. He wasn't real. Yes, that painting is historically accurate, and you know you would have driven a Jeep Wrangler if you could have. I carved this George Washington bust with my bare hands. We might call it football, but in America, we don't, and we're like weirdly proud of that. So, let's win this for George Washington.
What does it take to be the greatest of all time? It's not just leading defenders chasing shadows, or turning goalkeepers into statues. It's making the team, your sport, and everything around you better. Here's to the greatest of all time.
And I'm saying what's important to you is important to us.
This all just came out of nowhere.
And right now, it's important to play against naturally neutral instead. The good news is if you have accident forgiveness from Allstate, your auto rate will go up just because of an accident. Even if it is your fault. Sorry, it's Squirrel's fault. Because we don't deserve a second chance. Right, Dan? If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in the Allstate.
Brilliant touch. Montero now with relief. And Tom's looking to counter-attack. It's Tornado! Every goal starts with an assist.
Hurrians are winning today to get right off on a new 2026 Volkswagen Bus.
From the town to the heart of the Central Valley, in every town, to every stretch of coast, the game the entire world loves is here. Toyota, proud to drive Northern California's passion for the game. Toyota, let's go places.
I don't understand the red cards. I can help. The cards are viewable as the opposite to a sapphire reserve card. Red cards make it harder for you to earn points. This card earns you 3 times the points on diamond.
Thank you.
Also, you get a $300 credit for travel. And 2 yellow cards enable your act, but that card gets you and 2
This is the card that's remarkable. She's sapphire on the side.
What's a better idea for What if the key to peak performance was having the teams that all stick together? For your physical health, mental health, or body health. That's an integrated treatment. Captivates, a better idea for after.
World Cup matches for you to purchase a full. They apply points 5-time winners Brazil against 2022 semi-finals Morocco. Vinny and Ashraf Hakimi hoping to shine in that one. The other 2 teams in the A's group are also in action tomorrow as Australia face Turkey on FS. For the moment and a half, sponsored by Visa. The United States leading by 3 goals at half-time for the first time ever in a World Cup match. This doesn't get much better.
With calcium, you can train on anything. Man, tell me something dumb. Like I'm on Greece. There's dreaming about it, and then there's living with Park. Get access to the largest available lounge out. Dining benefits at 10,000 restaurants, and exclusive access to unique experiences worldwide. Let's stay busy. Log on to the Oakland. There's nothing like Park. Amex is a proud partner of Raimondi Park.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back.
Paraguay to what's possible with captivates.
The only IL-23 blocker for Crohn's and UC to offer self-administration from the start.
To find help with symptom relief as early as 4 weeks. Remission at 12 weeks. 1 year and 2 years.
Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Break away with FIFA.
Backed by over 15 years of clinical research, ask everyone about Truvada today.
How do they do it? By giving what it does. How do they make it through night and every day? Just existing. How do they live their lives without posting about it? How do they really like something if the thing they thought their legs can no longer in their legs? How do they know what to say, what to wear, who to love? How do they know who they were without the rest of the world telling them? Is presented by Oakland. What impressed you so much that first half?
I mean, they played with a lot of confidence. They were playing with top performance, and that's what the streets say. They put the team to the second half like a police user. Acting with confidence, keeping the ball, keeping the intensity, and just scoring more goals.
So recent as the win. Alexi, final word?
Doesn't look like there's any changes out there, so there's what the team's going to continue to do. At some point, you also have depth, so maybe some.
To be fair, Alexi said this is only not fun, so August has been very fun since he says there are some changes from Paraguay. I'll take you back to our commentary team. Sweden alongside John Strong, chaps.
Rebecca, it's interesting. So Christian Pulisic is going to be withdrawn at the half here. Sebastian Berhalter will make his way.
interception by captivates. The ball was up and hit from Tim after a mistake from Paraguay. So now the U.S. getting its eye for the first time in this half.
Wrestling back to the ball, this is exactly what you want from a unit's perspective. Confirmation that the team subs. Off of that, one part view, change on, comes up the field, sliding on to 10. Just force Mauricio back, and then Mauricio
just overly aggressive in this tackle and his pursuit. Trying to roll back from our resurgence. He had to go the other way. He need to really step in. And that would be a consideration. Even when you're playing like Tyler Adams, and he's second up from Mauricio Pochettino about managing guys. You don't want him to pick up the second yellow. If you feel the game's under control, I think that's what we're going to start seeing as this game starts to tick into about 65th, 70th minute. Mauricio Pochettino using more of his bench.
And a reminder for everyone out there, you can scan the QR code coming up on your screen to look for the Ultra Superior Player of the Match. 30 minutes remaining here in Los Angeles. 3-0 for the United States. Flo Valley with 2 goals. First man to score multiple goals in the World Cup game for the U.S. since 1930. Western McKinney hooks it in. Gallagher's too far forward. It's going to fall for Tillman. He's got Robinson on the overlap. That makes the pass. Gallagher. Tillman. Moving on the field is a corner kick. U.S. bench going to have more than the wondering maybe something has replaced, which is left of penalty.
Gallagher trying to find his way out of space.
That's not so different from the run he got last summer with the Airways.
Because of his left foot cuts on his tackle. Tackle the midfield tackle. I think because the shot came off clean, they're going to let that run by.
Indeed they do. Joke is complete. The last time the U.S. had a player score multiple goals in a World Cup game in 1930, it was against Paraguay. I know. Fargo, Massachusetts scored all 3 goals in a 3-0 win for the U.S. in the first ever World Cup. It was in America. It was the first game to score. Tillman off the chest. And it's going to be a clear radio from Billy Carter of the Whitehouse. Puts it in for a throw. Antonio Silva is a center forward from Paraguay who replaced here. Who scored against the U.S. in November. It's Marcel. And down for the U.S. off the ball. It's going to be Tillman. He tackled the block in the first half as well. You can see the screen because the 3 would be making substitutions that they can use up to 5 that we now get these days for World Cup games. That's the other part of the consideration for the yellow card we talk about, not just today, but if he were shown the yellow card next Friday against Australia, he's now suspended for the group stage finale against Turkey. That's a lot of power it takes, and Danny Buckley tells him to get back up and take a good backhand down. To win the ball back.
Just doesn't have a goal and assist, but he's been arguably the best player on the team outside of Flo Valley in his finishing.
Ladies and gentlemen, last call for alcohol and concessions will be in 5 minutes at the 70th. Last call at the 70th.
Just keep making smart decisions when he has the ball. Sometimes that is the smartest decision. We saw that by South Africa yesterday. Just go along if you have to. Takes a kick as he gets right. The key for Dest. Now get back to his feet. Dest 1v3. Tillman. And then Tillman takes a kick from Andres Kubas at the end as he releases the pass. We talked about game management from the referee. 25 minutes of stoppage time to go.
The game management comes down to protecting the match. These challenges come on.
Dest to the goal line. On the deck. Gustavo Gomez is over there in front of the just keep cycling this away. Just keep letting this clock tick. It's been a wonderful night for this U.S. team. second half hydration break with their attacking throw. Trying to limit this a little bit, cause some doubt, cause some chaos with a goal. Here's built a 3-0 lead off of the final kick in the first half, following its second goal of the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached last call for alcohol and concessions. Last call for alcohol and concessions.
Changes, it looks like the Paraguay is going to be coming out for the U.S. So we'll set up this lead for you from the Paraguay. Adams wins the header. Look in the middle of the field. He's out with the ball. It's blocked by teammates. Really struggling to react in a big way now. Flo Balogun has gone down. Now we're going to stay on the ground behind the play.
Change for Paraguay, but not a great sign when the guy that we were expecting he's going down, especially when he was a dead player. Sometimes you see players get told to go down and say, oh, we're going to be off from perspective and team one. And he's working. And we're seeing a motivation from the crowd.
Might be for Flo, might be for him to get that on screen.
There's a part of him who's saying, that's one of the sides. Not frustrating with the references.
We're not having to do it. Let's go play back friends. We're going to build a way to it. All right, so here come the changes. It's going to be Serginho Dest. Withdraw. That's a surprise check. It was a right down card for years for the Shooters team. So we're going to go the last World Cup. That's Weber replacing Dest. And that was one of the last cuts from the last World Cup team. The player who's replacing Flo Balogun. Your thoughts first of all on Dest and Balogun.
I was saying after the Mexico game, I would want points for them to get their strike. I know this first World Cup goal for Raul Jimenez. So you know the U.S. what do you know of that? There's so much about it. Maybe the second goal for the United States. To start the tournament the way we did, the start the way the tournament Serginho Dest did, really great signs. So those two coming off, great setting up into this game. And now it's Ricardo Pepe's turn, because I think for the U.S. to make it deeper in this tournament, it's going to be about your bench and your depth. Do they have an ability to be able to rotate and keep the same level of guys that went off?
We'll lift it forward off of the free kick. Backwards up to Adams. Head up, trying to get there and see something face.
Tubman's another player that's been terrific.
And he got banged up in the first half.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to be fast.
He's also another player. Johnny came in a little bit shaky, cut form over Johnny in the Bayern Leverkusen. But what you're seeing him today is free, confident, unbalancing this Paraguayan team. He looks really to be suited to this role that Pochettino has.
Here's Chad again. Trying to board again. Southern American serviceman that chose to play for the United States because he could have kept playing for Germany. A great issue he's been for the last couple of years. Just there. He gets kind of rolled up a 70,492 in attendance here in Los Angeles on opening night of the World Cup for the U.S. Two substitutions.
Well, John, the official from USL
chase it down. Intercept from one side. Slip over the screen. One man. McKinney. Robinson Edwards still playing. Edwards not playing. Still playing. Jr. for the first time. Can you say for the second time? Edwards did. Sosa really forward. Hands off line. Second one to go. Makes you watch his hands to the line. Things are right. Down his 2 years, plays back, touch, great stuff between the center backs. Space there. US will cycle around. 5 minutes to go. Plus stoppage time. Let's go to a 3-0 halftime lead. No goal. Created by Pulisic. Pulisic insisting on the second rebound. Tillman the assist to Values. Third to the final kick of the half. Mauricio, before it started, like you said, is the goalkeeper. The U.S. out. So one minute for Paraguay. Captivates here with the Cavs. To the backside. Freeman got a part of it. Adams saves fouls and gets away. For the first time today, Tyler Adams is dealing some pain.
For the first time, he's had to be brave. Battling for some of his second balls. Pulling out, making sure he's going for that ball first. And seeing the contact that goes through for a ball that smashes into his leg. He's very savvy for the time because he calls the back, but he draws the contact and good real that would be a free kick. Allows just the US to take a beat. Freeze comes up, takes this free kick, and they're going to push the balls out. So that's a very smart play there for Adams is one of the veterans of this team.
He is. He's 27. Yep. He likewise got the Kenny and Christian Pulisic with fast tracks. He's the enforcer. Has teenagers into his team. She's not talked about with Lemon Tuesday. This is a great team. They can't take the talk. More adults now. And that experience, as he said, not making the same mistakes twice. You talked about understanding how it is to be your first game, so you're not chasing the rest of the first stage. The U.S. is a matter of minutes away from doing just that. And they play the game smartly and see this out. Freeman back in the middle of the field. It's not a foul. It's a play on top. It's an extra point. Put it up in the Warriors foul. And then it's kicked away.
That was a potentially concerning moment. Alex Freeman steps out of the back, made a great play to skim by a couple of defenders, but then the ball turns over. It was actually Tyler Adams who was closest. He picked that, recognizing that when he got that ball. That's a key foul for Junior stands exposed. But Sebastian Williams made a 10-yard sprint back to slide in and put that ball away. It's natural to see a lot more in that second half, and it's a lot different complexion and picture of the game. I would say generally in the second half, he wasn't managed to pretty well. They really limited Paraguay to try to start keeping those zeros to go a little bit deeper in the tournament, but we've just been so impressed. That's a tough one. Maybe by the time you actually have the opportunity to shoot, he was back. I heard the whole crowd shoot.
Just that good long run, put more pressure, forces another turnover right in front of McKinney.
There's a time to fight, time not to fight. You look at them fighting early in these matches. This was in the lead up to what ended up being another 3 Paraguay.
Perhaps just an opportunity to show this again. Sometimes you can need some time. There's going to be something. It's only the free kick. Only 1 minute of the second exhausted. There was a check for possible. The check is complete. Robinson gets it back. Well dealt with by Paraguay. So VAR just wanted an extra moment to see if there was a way for that contact that made it so keep running, keep chasing, keep up the fight all the way. 5 minutes away. Freeman not going to be able to intercept that for Enciso. The defensive play to the outside now. Here we go, Enciso. Adams comes to help. Loose force it backwards. Just wonderful playmaking throughout this game.
Playmaking with teamwork. Because watch how Freeman slows up Enciso. Doesn't dive in. That gives Adams a chance to come in for a cover. Something he does so well. They told us that on Tuesday, so they might want to hit the ball. And he did hit the ball. This was that new opportunity. Robinson tried to cut it back. On the second one, there might have been a hand in there. I think, let's see. Does a hand come up at the end of this? Yeah, but not enough. I would say it's actually a hand. That's a fairly natural movement as he's falling backwards. Kubas is a little bit.
Kubas is still the one that's super Lonzo gets the favorite shot into a required player. So that's 5 players for them that are facing a possible suspension for accumulation of yellow cards. As it stands, they're behind the 8 ball. And it will be tomorrow night, late tomorrow night, Australia and Turkey, and there are 2 teams in this group facing off in Vancouver. Midnight Eastern Time kickoff. Christian Pulisic, whatever the reasons were, we'll hear about the post-game from Mauricio Pochettino. As he was subbed off at the half. And just a brief moment to say for everybody that's come into this country from around the world, regardless of what country, so thrilled you're here. We're so excited to see you on the field over the next month and a half. More teams will get to take the field now. It's tripped up. For those of us who live this sport week in, week out in this country, and that can be a local existence sometimes. 70,000 in the building here. Great crowds we go to see tomorrow in New Jersey for the Morocco game. Going to Atlanta, going to Kansas City, going to Dallas in the next couple of days. This is such an exciting time. As we said before the game, the opportunity for the United States was to take this opportunity and this crowd atmosphere a week from today, live here on Fox against Australia. And the U.S. just takes a different team. Now defeats and managed to shoot his blocks. Final minute of the game.
Thanks for coming to our watch party, Raimondi Park. Reminder, parking lots close 30 minutes from now, so if you're going to go enjoy Prescott Market, please move your cars first. Again, parking lots close 30 minutes from now, so go enjoy Prescott Market, but move your car first. Again, USA!
Outstanding tonight. The way they're playing has been outstanding. And all the lads go to the World Cup. say. To be ready for this game. Sorry?
It's all right, but there's so much still to come. 4-1. Final score. What an atmosphere here in LA tonight. Alexis Zlatan, Ibrahimovic, Thierry Henry, Rebecca Lowe. Massive congratulations to the US men's national team. I have to say, Alexis, some people will be surprised by that tonight, just based on the last couple of years, not always looking like that.
Well, I mean, look, you guys were talking about Mauricio Pochettino. I think, you know, we also came on here talking about him watching the Miracle movie and the great history of Herb Brooks and other coaches. It's not about the best players, it's about the best collection of players. And I think he showed, at least last night, he picked the best collection of players, he picked the right starters, he made the right changes. We'll see what happens with Christian Pulisic. But there's so much good for him to bring to going forward. Is it always going to be like this? This is a boost of confidence for all of these players. This is the way that you start to talk.
That's my question, Zlatan. You start a World Cup like this, what can it do for you as we look now? You just saw Gianluca as manager with Pochettino. What does this do for them?
I mean, we were speaking before the game about believing. My message to the American people is, if you didn't believe before the game, the performance in the first half, start believing. Because if they can bring this performance in the upcoming game, this American team can do something great.
You surprised by that?
Take my video of what I said in the draft. Of the draw, sorry, the draw. How about? Have a look at it. You gotta believe, and I'm an American. I said I believe that team can bring the crowd together. They just need to do it today. Not in the friendly games, not when people were panicking, not even against Panama here. I know there was a nation league and other people were talking. They need to be ready today. And I believe in what I see, and I saw a great team today. Team performance. I believe personally that they can go on the run. Let's see if they will do it. That doesn't mean they will go on the run. But now I'm sure that the people will believe that they can go on the run.
Come on, who's going to go American?
The first moment of the match, sponsored by Nutella Peanut. For Malaga, 2 goals tonight here in LA. Goals number 2 and goals number 3 for United. Negative a 4-1 victory. The first was an own goal, the fourth was an absolute finish from Gianluca. John, very much damage. Kansas City and in Los Angeles, but it was about to be run up all night for this US team to be
What are you doing? Get over here. I'll embarrass you if you don't.
Thanks, Dad.
Right now.
That's cute. I was born back.